And good morning, everybody. My name is Marquise Williams. I'd like to welcome you to the Saturday morning Freedom Training. I'm super excited to have each and every one of you plugged in on the line with us today because today is going to be a revelation day. Today is going to be one of those days where we break down some of the inside secrets. We kind of give you the inside stuff. That's one of the reasons why training is representative only, because we can kind of have straight talk. You guys, we can be honest with each other. And sometimes, when you're honest with each other, it may bruise the ego a little bit. It may cut into the skin a little bit, but it's only to forge you into a leader and make you stronger. For those of you who have ever exercised before or seen somebody exercise, sometimes we exercise on accident. That's when we go up too many flights of stairs or we got to run for the bus or the train or for some reason, and then we're sore the next day. That's because you rip those muscles. You cut them deep, and then they have to repair themselves. That's when you feel sore. So sometimes you got to feel sore on the rear end a little bit so that you can grow and get stronger. So first and foremost, I want to welcome all the new champions. All the new champions that have joined our team this week. We're super duper excited to have you a part of the vision, a part of the team. And I want to start off training with getting you on the right track. Some of you have had a chance to go through our five keys to successfully getting started. And I just kind of want to recap those really quickly. For those of you who are new, anytime you get somebody started, you want to get them plugged into the. That's the first and foremost thing. Get them plugged in, to the training, so that they have the ability to have the tracks to run on to really be successful. So your first week in the business is by far the most important. And the only thing you really want to focus on is scheduling for success and following our system so that you can become a superstar. Now, a lot of you might say, well, what is a superstar? What is a superstar? Well, a superstar is when you complete our system. JMG is simple as 1, 2, 3. Success with JMG is simple as 1, 2, 3. And the 5 keys to success are in alignment with that. The first thing you want to do is you want to make the decision that you want something more out of life. And more importantly, you're willing to do the work that it takes to get it. And what's disturbing sometimes is people can be in the business. I've seen people in the business and they've made the right decision to get started, but they still really haven't made the decision that they want something more out of life. Or people always want something more out of life, but they haven't made the decision that they're willing to do the work that it takes to get it. And we've all seen that in life. Everybody likes the idea of being successful, right? You get a few pounds overweight. You like the idea of being skinny again, but you don't really want to do the work that it takes to get back down to the size that you want to be. We like the idea of having a companion or significant other, but we don't want to communicate. We don't want to check in. We don't want to be chivalrous and open doors and cook meals and do the things that make somebody else happy. So everybody likes the idea of success, but everybody's not willing to do the work that it takes to get there. And that's one of the main keys that separates successful people from unsuccessful people. So our week always starts on Saturday. Saturdays is the beginning of the JMG Net Worth week. That's why we have training and we go out into the week ready to run and conquer the world. Fridays is payday. It's accounts payable. So what happens by midnight on Friday, JMG Net Worth pays you the following Friday. Every Friday, you guys, I want you to get this as a part of your mindset, as a part of your culture. In corporate America, Fridays is relax day. It's happy hour. It's, let me release. But with JMG Net Worth, every Friday you should be working to increase your check. Again, the goal is success with JMG is simple as 1, 2, 3. Okay? So first you got to make the decision. The second thing you want to do is really the first key to successfully getting started, and that's to get qualified by referring to My Financial Worth customers, with one having a different billing address than you. Now, you always want to start off being your own customer. Nobody needs to understand and know the service more than the person who's talking to others about it. You got to be a product of the product. Now, some of you might be saying, well, I can't afford it right now. And that's when we have to come together and we have to start budgeting, because if you feel like you cannot afford something that's a tax write-off and you're going to get the money right back at the end of the year, what you're doing is you're looking at how much something's going to cost you and not how much something's going to make you. Because subconsciously, if you're not qualified to get paid, you're not to get paid, because subconsciously you're not feeling like you're going to get something in return. You're not going to get a return on your investment. So the second thing is the first key to success. Okay. The second key to successfully getting started is you must picture your success. We call this picture your why. And the reason we do this is until you know why, the how doesn't matter. I could train you till I'm blue in the face. I could teach you all types of marketing techniques and mindset trainings, and I could do a lot. But until you know what you want, the how doesn't matter. Because in life, you don't get what you want. You only get what you picture. So you got to see it. You got to see it. And we'll talk about this a little bit more. This is all going to come together when I talk about the daily routine and the daily methods of operation. But when you start, I want you to understand this on a metaphysical level. When you start to picture yourself living your dreams, you'll start attracting them. And your subconscious mind will find a way to make them a reality. See, right now, your subconscious mind is full of bad habits. Some of you are lazy. Some of you are procrastinators. Some of you are overthinkers. Some of you are workaholics and you overwork. You know, we all have bad habits, including myself. But there's no way to go back and delete those things out your subconscious mind. The only thing that you can do is rewrite over the information. See, the truth is, James Net Worth is a great company. It's freaking phenomenal. But it's not a perfect company. So it's important you know what you're working towards, so when things get tough, like you will in any business, you don't get frustrated. You don't get frustrated and taken out the game. So whatever it is, know it, write it down, put it somewhere where you're constantly reminded of what you're working for, because life and death is in the power of the tongue. And the words that we speak are directly connected to the pictures that we see. And let's be honest, you guys. While it's important for you to picture your success, you also have to identify what you're willing to give up to be successful. The deposit is first. The withdrawal comes later. Too many times people want something for nothing, and you have to decide what you're willing to temporarily give up to get what you picture. Success isn't easy or convenient. However, it's very easy to obtain if you're willing to do the work. Just like being physically healthy, success is a lifestyle change. You have to first be willing to change who you are now to grow into who you want to be in the future. The third key, and I'm going to fly through these last ones, you guys, and get into the meat and potatoes of training. The third key is you want to be coachable. This is the most important of all, because you must follow directions and give yourself time to become successful. Success has nothing to do with what you think, has nothing to do with what your opinions are, has nothing to do with how you feel. Those are all great in life, but it has nothing to do with success. The reality is there's no way for you to do what you don't know how to do. It's all about having a coach and listening to the coach, somebody who knows what needs to take place and can help you succeed. Most professionals, whether athletically or even in corporate America, that make a lot of money have people that they look up to. They have mentors. Even if they have coaches. And if you want to be successful in James Net Worth or in life, my question to you is, who's your coach? Some of you don't even call your sponsor or your upline anymore. There's no communication. And see, if you continue to do things like you've always done them, you're going to continue to get the same results that you always have. If you want different results in life, it's about gaining a new perspective, learning what to do, and implementing those things to start having the success that you want. But it's very important that you're coachable and you get out your own way, so to speak, so we can show you exactly what you need to do to gain the success that you're looking for. The fourth key, you guys, is our massive action plan. Our massive action plan simply says, hey, you want to get in, make a top 20 list. We're going to connect with those top 20 people, and we're going to share this information with them with urgency. We're going to create 10 appointments within your first 24 hours. We want to peak the interest and share the set appointments with at least 10 of people on your top 10 list, 10 of your best contacts from that top 20 list, So basically, here's the system we're going to follow. We're going to peak their interest. We got a 24-hour info line. We got a peak interest video. You know, we got obviously our own mouth. We're going to share how excited we are. We're not giving a presentation here. We're not telling them step 1 and step 2 or success with JMG as simple as 1, 2, 3. We're not explaining anything. We're piquing their interest with one of our tools. And then we're going to drive them to the information or show the plan, whether it's the focus marketing system, the conference call. We're sitting down doing a one-on-one presentation. If you're in an area where there's a local meeting, we're going to drive them to see 100% of the information. We're going to follow up with those people, and we're going to find out if they're in or they're out. We're going to sign them up as either a business partner or a customer. It's that simple. That's the JMG Network pipeline that we're putting people through. And our goal is simply to change as many people's lives as possible. The fifth and final key is utilizing our systems. System stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. You know, we have systems that do 95% of the work for us, but it's important that we plug in. It's important that we support the system. You know, I appreciate and I'm excited that each and every one of you are on training right now, but the next key is not enough for you to be on. You have to make sure that your people are on. So I remember when I first got started in the industry before I really hit a significant amount of success, I used to show up to everything. I was at every training, out-of-town training, in-town training. And I remember one time Paul Jones asking me, he said, well, where's your people at? And, you know, I gave the typical response, man, they don't see it, or man, they tripping, or they making excuses. You know, whatever the case may be, whatever I said at the time, and that's where he broke it down to me. He said, listen, you're at all the trainings. You get it. You have the knowledge and wisdom. You understand it. But if you don't pay it forward, if you don't instill that same information and get other people plugged in, then you're always going to be spinning your wheels. You're never going to truly reach the next level of creating leverage because it's all about you. And in this business, it's not about what you can do. It's about what you can help other people do. And that's when it clicked in my head. That's when it clicked in my head, you guys. And my question I want you to think about is, do you really have three? You know, because the third key or the third part in success with JMG, as simple as 1, 2, 3, is to refer 3 people and teach them how to do the same thing. Make a decision that they want something more out of life and they're willing to do the work that it takes to get it, and get qualified with 2 My Financial Worth customers. You do 1, 2, and 3, you become a superstar. But how do you know when you really got 3? Well, those 3 people will value their goals and dreams just as much as you value your goals and dreams. They won't make excuses. They won't ignore your calls or your text messages. They'll return them. They'll be in constant communication with you because they see the vision. Now, just because somebody's not one of your quote-unquote 3 doesn't mean they're not in the game. You know, you're going to have some people that they just don't value their goals and dreams as much as you. They're not going to show up on every conference call. They're not going to show up to the training. They may still do something in the business. It's not our job to fire or dictate who deserves the business or tell people who wants it and who doesn't want it. But it's our job to say, okay, I know what I want and I know what it takes to get there. I have to partner with 3 people who are in agreement. There's nothing more powerful than the power of agreement. That's why I never talk at people. I never tell people what to do. I share the vision, and I find out if we're in agreement. Because if we're not in agreement, then I need to go find somebody else and love that person where they're at. Love them where they're at, but go find somebody who's in agreement, because we have a vision to create 100 millionaires. We have a vision to improve the lives of as many people as possible. We have a vision of becoming a top 100 direct sales association company. And if somebody's not in agreement with that, if they want to move a little bit slower, that's cool. I love you where you're at, but I need to go find somebody who's on fire, who's ready to reach their goals and dreams right now. So I need you to understand 3 bodies in the downline report doesn't mean you got 3. Some of you are new, and some of you have been jumping on the phone, and you're excited, and your ignorance on fire, and you're signing up your mama, you're signing up your grandmama, and that's cool. But if your mama and your grandmama ain't going to go out and do success with JMG as simple as 1, 2, 3, then do not count them as one of your 3, please. Because it's not about having 3 bodies. It's not about exercising it and massaging your ego to see somebody in the downline report. It's about finding people who are right to work with us, business partners. And you want 3 business partners. And that's another thing, you guys. I just want to take a side note. We just had one of the most phenomenal promotions that we've ever had in JMG Net Worth history. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm disappointed in the results that we had. I'm disappointed. We had growth. Some things happened. But I'm disappointed because there's some people who didn't even throw their name in the hat. There's some people who didn't even make an effort. There's some people who didn't shift into another gear and see the value in the promotion. And when you realize success is 50% belief and 50% action, if you don't have the 50% belief, then the 50% action will never happen. So we got to get you to a place where you believe. Believe in the industry. Believe in JMG Net Worth and the vision of where it's going. But most importantly, where people lack the belief is in themselves. They lack the belief in themselves. And what happens is they get broke off. A few people tell them no, or some people get started and then they quit. Yeah, people do quit once they get started. That's just a reality. And if I don't share the reality with you, you're going to get the unexpected. And then when somebody quits, you're going to feel some type of way. I don't want you to feel some type of way. I want you to understand from the beginning, there are going to be people who actually quit. But don't take it personal. They're quitting on their goals and dreams. They're quitting on their aspirations. But as you get further involved in the business, as you build a team, it's important for you to understand that once you bring people in, whether it's one person or hundreds of people, that you have people depending on you. So when you quit, if you ever quit, I hope you don't, but if you quit, understand you're not just quitting on you. You quitting on those people that you told this is the greatest thing since sliced bread and you can reach your goals and dreams. So when you get weary, because you will get weary, that's why it's so important to be plugged in, because this is your filling station. This is your inspiration station. That's why you stay connected with your sponsor and your upline, because they will lift you up when you're feeling weary, because we all have times where we feel weary, you guys. Life beats us all up. You know, whether it's your spouse or significant other, whether it's your family members leaning on you, whether it's your kids. I've been there before, you guys. But you have to see the vision and always stay consistent. You know, the bottom line is I want you to treat your $1 million business like it's a $1 million business. Don't treat it like it's a hobby. Because if you treat it like it's a hobby, then it's going to pay you like it's a hobby. You know, when you look at your jobs, for those of you who have jobs, or when you had a job, you know, when you have jobs, they have annual reviews. You know, you got managers that they have accountability checks to make sure you're getting your work done. But see, here you don't have that. Here it's all up to you. And you got to have an accountability partner, whether it's your sponsor, your upline, or whether it's you looking in the mirror saying, hey, would I hire me? Would I keep me on? Because I'm sure some of us will look in the mirror today and ask ourselves, based on your performance in 2016, that you probably need to be fired. And I guarantee you 99.9% of people who have fired themselves is because you ain't even put forth the effort. You ain't even tried. You ain't even attempt. And I'm going to give you the steps today, the simple steps to follow, that if you're consistent with these steps, that you're going to win. Now, some people are going to be able to move with more urgency than others. Some people are going to be able to be more aggressive than others. Some people are going to be able to do more than others. But the key is to find the level of consistency where you're at. And don't compare yourself to the others. Because remember, success with JMG is simple as 1, 2, 3. Do you realize all we got to do is find 2 people, really one, who wants to save money and improve their financial situation and help them become a My Financial Worth customer? Heck, for those of you who are married, you got 2 people right there in your own household. You don't even go out. You ain't got to go outside the house. Do you realize all we got to do is find 3 people who want more tomorrow than what they have today? 3 people who are sick and tired of being overworked and underpaid? 3 people who just are ready to have more and get paid off what they're already doing. It doesn't matter if you go through 100 people. When you realize the simplicity of that goal, when you really just stop looking at the people who might say no, stop looking at the people who you don't think will see it, when you start looking at the fact that, man, I just got to knock out these 3, I got to change 3 people's lives. I got to be a blessing to 3 people. Man, it's gonna take you a long way. But you have to have a mindset of serving, not selling. Because if you're out trying to sell the business, people are going to run from you. They're going to run from you fast, too. You got to have a service mentality. You got to find their pain. You got to find where they're dissatisfied in life. You got to find their dissatisfaction, because if there's no dissatisfaction, they're probably not going to join. And if you don't find their dissatisfaction, you're going to approach them and speak to them from the perspective of your dissatisfaction. And that's like going to a restaurant and ordering seafood and the waiter bringing you out steak and potatoes. You're going to be like, yo, I want seafood. He's like, yeah, but I like steak and potatoes. So I, bring it out to you. That's not any fun. You're going to be upset. So consistency is the key. Finding your consistency every single day. And I was talking to a buddy of mine yesterday. My buddy, he made the decision that he was feeling like he wants to step away from the industry, and he felt like he gave it all he had. And I had to just be honest with him. I said, man, I wouldn't be a good friend if I didn't tell you the honest truth. You gave your all within your comfort zone, but you never were willing to step out of your comfort zone. So if you're never willing to step out of your comfort zone, then you're missing all the breakthrough and the blessings that God has for you, because you want to do it with a condition. Just like when you love somebody, if there's a condition, then you really don't love them, because when you truly conditional. Unconditional. So I love you if you're short. I love you if you're tall. I love you if you're fat. I love you if you're skinny. I love you if you got in an accident and your face got smashed in. I love you. And when you love your goals and dreams so much, you don't put conditions on them. You put plans behind them and goals to accomplish them. And you have one of the best vehicles in the industry right now. One, we're below the radar. So there's not a lot of hype and rah-rah surrounding our company, and that's great. But you have one of the biggest support networks, and an owner who wants it as bad as he wants to breathe, and a founding member who wants it as bad as he wants to breathe. Do you understand? I've pumped thousands of dollars into this focused marketing system to make it simpler for you to be successful. The question is, how bad do you want it? Do you want it bad enough to temporarily give up some of your luxuries in life? Do you want it bad enough to say, I'm temporarily going to spend a little bit less time with the family? Do you want it bad enough to say, I'm temporarily going to spend a little bit less time doing the things that I like doing? Do you want it bad enough to say, I'm temporarily going to go hard and focus on this business and give it 120% effort? So many times people want to give 50% effort, and that's not just in this business, but in life. They're conditioned, they're subconscious. They grew up being taught a poor work ethic, so they give 50% effort in things, and they wonder why they're not getting results. They give 85% effort. It's like, yeah, that's good, 85% effort, and they wonder why they're not getting the results that they seek. You got to give 120% effort. So I'm going to give you these last two things before I end training you guys. Paul wrote a book called Schedule for Success. Dynamic book. If you don't have it, you need to pick it up. You need to read it. You need to get it. You need to embrace it. You need to let it marinate. You need to let it marinate. Schedule for Success, you guys. And then once you get that book, and even before you get that book, I want you to actually schedule for success. Sit down, put together your schedule. Know when you're going to work your business. Have a definite time. Because what happens is, if you don't have a definite time, you try to fit it in. If you don't have a definite time, you try to fit it in. If you're trying to fit it in, guess what? It gets squeezed out. Because you have to ask yourself, is life allowing you to create wealth? You have time to create wealth. Because if you're trying to fit it in, it's not going to happen, you guys. You're never going to find time. You have to make the time. That's just the reality of the situation. You have to make the time. So you got to schedule for success. Sit down, come up with a schedule, and know when you're going to work the business. Some people are going to work it an hour a day. Some people 3 hours a day. Some people an hour a week. Some people are going to treat it like a full-time job and work 40 hours a week. It's all based on your personal situation. But once you create that schedule, the key is consistency in that schedule. Every single day, our focus is to do three things. The number one focus you have every single day is to show the plan. To show the plan. Show the plan for yourself. If you have 3 people already, your goal is to help your 3 people show the plan. But showing the plan somewhere within your team should be your number one goal every single day. The second thing you should be focusing on every single day is, if you don't have anybody to show the plan to, your focus should be setting up appointments with people to show them the plan. Setting up a plan, giving on the phone. I'm excited about something. I got something you got to take a look at. When can we sit down? When do you have 20 minutes to take a look at this website? Setting up those appointments. If you don't have anybody to show the plan to, if you don't have anybody to set up appointments with to show the plan to, third thing you need to be doing, you need to be focusing on, is meeting new people to set appointments with to show the plan to. That's what your focus should be every single day. When you schedule for success, your schedule shouldn't be, oh, I'm going to check my email. I'm going to go through my James G. Network back office. Those things are all fine and dandy, but they shouldn't be a part of the schedule. The schedule should be consumed with daily profitable activities. Talking to people and showing the plan. Talking to people and showing the plan. Once you get that schedule down, the way you do that is you create a daily method of operations. I call them daily profitable activities. Immediately when you wake up every single morning, you picture your success. You become one with your vision. You see yourself in it. You see yourself there. You see yourself one with the vision. It may feel weird at first. It may feel stupid even. But if you do it, then it's going to your subconscious. Remember, we're working on a subconscious level. We're not working on a conscious level. Okay? Your subconsciously will start to attract those things. And when you speak those things, you put them in the universe, and it has no choice but to manifest into actions. Okay? The second thing is, every single day, you got to be engaging in some type of personal growth and development. And I'm talking about something even, I'm not talking about the Bible. That's your spiritual time. That's great. I consider that personal growth and development, but I need you to be personally growing and developing in the area of business, in the area of mindset as well. Okay, so I need a separate 15 to 30 minutes of personal growth and development. Some Robert Kiyosaki, some Paul Jones, some John C. Maxwell, some Eric Thomas, something in those areas is going to help you grow. If you don't have a lot of time in your schedule, make your car your classroom. Throw on some audio on your way to work. Don't listen to the radio. Don't listen to Lil Wayne. No, listen to some audio that's going to help you grow and increase your subconscious mind and replace a lot of that information. The time that you schedule for your business should be undivided time. It should be undivided time. Okay? And what I mean by that is you shouldn't be doing something else while you're listening to training, because you're really not listening to training. That should be time where you're scheduled, you're sitting down at you're somewhere, you got a pen and paper, you're taking notes, you're absorbing the information. Or if you got something else to do, you step away and you engage with the training. You engage with the training, you guys. The third thing, you want to be meeting new people. We talked about that a little bit earlier. I was saying 2 people a day brings freedom my way. If you meet 2 new people every single day, whether it's at the gas station, whether it's on social media, and you meet 2 new people every single day, that's over 50 new people every single month. You're going to start getting results. You guys, you're going to start getting more comfortable talking to people. You're going to start getting more comfortable and better at setting appointments. And understand, this is a business. And in a business, to be successful, you have to develop certain skill sets. When you started at your job, you didn't automatically know how to do the job. You had to learn the skill sets to be successful at the job, whether you learned it on the job or during school. You had to learn the skill sets. So you got to learn the skill sets. The fourth thing you should do every single day, a part of your daily operation, is you should learn something new. Learn something new, whether it's marketing, something about the industry. Learn something new every single day. And the fifth thing is apply it. Execution is worship. You learn something new and apply it every single day, you'll realize that it's not the knowledge that's the power. It's the applied knowledge that is the power. It's the applied knowledge that's the power. Because without applying the knowledge, what you truly are is powerless. So let's go out. Let's have a phenomenal Saturday, you guys. I want each and every one of you listening to the sound of my voice. I want to help you get the superstar this week. This week, I want to help you get the superstar. What does that mean? That means you've made the decision that you want something more out of life. And more importantly, you're willing to do the work that it takes to get it. That means that you have 2 My Financial Work customers. Whether it's you and a spouse, you and a friend, you and a family member, you got 2. You're qualified. And the third thing is you got 3 people who have made the decision that they want something more out of life. And more importantly, they're willing to do the work that it takes to get it. And they're qualified. Let's help you become a superstar. And then we're going to turn around and help you become a rock star and make $150 a month by the end of the month. I got your back. I love each and every one of you. I see you at the top, and I will see you at the bank.